This is Solar Nations 2, a grand strategy game between the present and the future. I am the sole developer of this project, and today I want to show you more about the setting of my game. Most grand strategy games make you choose between two fantasies. You can play a game about nations and struggle for power on Earth, or you can play a game about starships, colonies, aliens, and empires among the stars. Solar Nations 2 is built around the era in between. It is a grand strategy game about the moment when Earth and space intertwine. You do not begin as a united civilization already spreading across the galaxy. You begin with countries, rival governments, unstable borders, and a solar system that has not yet been claimed. Solar Nations 2 has two main starting points. The first is 2025, a modern scenario based around the world we know, with some parts adjusted for gameplay and entertainment value. The second is 2092, an original future scenario where humanity has started expanding beyond the Earth, but has not yet become interstellar. Earth is still divided, and the other worlds rise with new unique civilizations with entertaining radical content for maximum replay value. This is the period most science fiction skips over. A lot of settings show us the future after humanity has already unified, colonized space, and reached the stars. But that raises a more interesting question. Who got humanity there? Which countries survived? Which colonies became independent powers? Which planets became the new center of civilization? And what wars were fought before humanity ever reached another star? In the early game, Solar Nations 2 still looks like an Earthbound grand strategy game. You are dealing with countries, resources, armies, industry, borders, and diplomacy. Earth is crowded and powerful, but also unstable. It has the population and economic base to dominate, but lacks the technology and expansion potential of space. You cannot stay there forever. As the game progresses, the focus expands. The planets cease to be their own independent environments and become different edges of the same crucible. Nations previously confined to their own sphere of influence are encouraged to fight brutal wars of dominion to take control of humanity by force. That is where Solar Nations 2 starts to move away from normal Earth-based grand strategy. A country is no longer only on one planet. It can become an interplanetary power. The question now is who will survive, and what will a united mankind look like? Solar Nations 2 gives you plenty of options to play with. Do you want to create a totalitarian hellscape? You can. Do you want to create a utopia of mechanized luxury? You can. The choices are yours, as the choice of ideology is not meant to restrain gameplay. You can mix and match policies from different systems to create the perfect blend for your personal civilization. And all of this points towards the final objective, faster than light travel. Once you have that, the stars become accessible to you and nothing is beyond your reach. That is the main idea behind Solar Nations 2. If Hearts of Iron is about the struggle for Earth and Stellaris is about civilization among the stars, Solar Nations 2 is about the dangerous era in between. Solar Nations 2 is currently on Steam in early access with the full release planned for August. If you want a grand strategy game where you start with countries on Earth and end with wars across the solar system, check it out on Steam. And if you want to see more, I will be making more videos on the factions, warfare, colonization, and future of the game.